Today, we talk about all those areas of health. We also talk...
I'm going to let you pod.
Yeah, right.
But right now, food and fitness and fun is the best podcast.
Let's roll out. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Food, Fitness, and Fun. And I am JD, a.k.a. He Who Pods, a.k.a. Young Curly. You know what I'm saying?
Young curls. Let it grow. Let it grow. Do it.
Nah, I'm not letting it grow, man.
Do it.
Nah, can't do it. Can't do it. No. Actually, I tried to get a haircut yesterday, but my man wilded out and never showed up. I'm at the barbershop like, yeah, Dre, where you at? Not you, obviously, but barber. I'm like, yeah, barber, where you at? It's like, yeah, I'm home. Why? I'm like, nigga, because it's Monday, and this is the time you told me to be here on Monday. This nigga like, son, I definitely effed up. I'm home right now.
Always
like, son, I don't
keep
even...
a spare barber. Just be like, all right, nah, it's no problem. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, but you know, hats, they messed me up over here. Hats, all those years of hats, they messed me up. And when I go to other barbers, they be trying to make my hairline go further back.
I feel you, son. But that ain't hats, bro. That's DHT. We can have a conversation about that one more time.
Nah, man, it's hats. My whole family shit is good.
That ain't got nothing to do with
it. Grandpa like 90 with the fly. I mean, his joint a little further back than mine.
But here's the weird thing. You get it from your moms, not even from your pops. That's what's wild. So it's your mom's family.
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, I can't look at that side, so.
Anywho.
All right. And I'm here with my main man, DRE.
Yeah, Sensei Dre, sensei of many things, so many things you never even heard of. Let's do this.
That's it. Yeah. And so take it away, because you got our food for today. You got our sponsored by.
Man, yes. Today's sponsored by Classic within the, I don't even know what Cats is calling it right now. Latinx, Hispanic, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The Hispanic community, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I've always said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the Hispanic community.
A derivative of Spain. I mean, why is it so important?
Right.
But whatever. Anyway.
Right. Right. Don't get me started.
Yeah. Anyway, it's like, so I went out to New Mexico. It's America's Mexico.
There you go.
And it was dope though, man. Like if y'all ever get a chance, man, if you haven't gone to New Mexico, I feel like you should go. It's a very different experience, very desert-like, but if you are into like Mexican food and Mexican culture, man, you're gonna have a great time. You know what I'm saying? So, which I'm into so many cultures. But the sponsor I want to share is a dish that is like prevalent out there. Like you can't go nowhere and people not have this. And if it's and correct me if I say it wrong, but it's huevos rancheros. And
yes, sir.
Man, if you could take a look at the picture we're gonna put up on the screen, man, It's like everything you need. Why I really thought about it is because it's basically, I'm a protein dude. So you got your eggs there. Then you have those potatoes, which is like holding you down. And then there's some beef as well. And, it is such a great and delicious dish and a staple within that community.
Absolutely.
So what I think about is like, if you're the type of person that like, okay, I'm going to have breakfast in the morning, but I may not be able to eat again for like mad hours. Yeah, you're going to get you some huevos rancheros, bro. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? You're like, I got to be to work at 6. I do construction. And then by the time I eat again, it's like 2. The huevos rancheros going to hold you down, man. Yo.
Absolutely. I think I shared huevos rancheros up here before, actually.
Oh, okay.
We would have to go way back in the crates.
Right, yeah.
But the difference was, my huevos rancheros that I shared is from like the diner. Theirs is not New Mexico style. So theirs is what you see more often, which is kind of like the default version.
Yeah.
Which clearly a Mexican person is going to say is not the correct way. You feel what I'm
Go
saying?
for it.
But
Yeah.
a lot of spots they do the egg, obviously, fried egg, runny egg, and then it's that chorizo, that beef you spoke about,
Yeah.
and then it's black beans,
Okay.
um, either guac or avocados. The real cats just give you slices of avocado,
Avocado.
and then
Yeah. Yeah.
all of that is on top of a tortilla.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So,
what
and
I
there's no,
noticed.
so those potatoes are not part of when I get them.
Right. You know what I notice is different regions is going to have a different
Of
style or
course.
even different origins. So like cats who are like
Yeah.
Puerto Rican, they're going to make it this way. Dominican cats going to make it that way. But then New York Mexicans is going to make it a little bit different than like the New Mexican,
Absolutely.
Mexicans. And that's what I
That's why I
really
said, like,
enjoy.
they'll tell you it's wrong.
Yeah. And people take pride in it. I mean, it's like, no,
Of
this is
course,
the right way.
absolutely.
This
Yeah.
is the right way you make it. I love
Yeah.
that stuff, man. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
I love that diversity. That's the one thing I love about this country, that it is so diverse and you can get all these different flavors. And so, as I said, man, if cats ever get an opportunity, go to New Mexico, man. It's a beautiful place, great weather, beautiful mountains all over the place. All I saw was like, how like New York, other places will have like squirrels everywhere. They don't really have squirrels, right? They'll just have rabbits everywhere.
Mhm.
You just see these rabbits all over the place. Like, what the hell is all these rabbits doing here? You
Right.
know? But it's like the middle of the desert, man. So that ain't got that high altitude. Very beautiful
Right.
place. But yeah, Huevos Rancheros, man. Pfft, mwah. If you can
Yo, and
make your
that's
own,
that's the
do it.
thing.
But find a fly Mexican place. They're gonna hook you
Absolutely.
up.
Yeah. Listen, and what you said is spot on, because when I have huevos rancheros, I don't need to eat for a hot minute.
You know what I
For
mean?
a hot minute.
Exactly.
Cats be like, "Yo,
Exactly.
what's up? You want to get something to eat?" I'm like, "No, I'm chilling. I'm good."
Yeah, I'm like, yo, do we get like a futon or something to come with this meal, man? Cause sleepy right there.
Right. It's nap time, bitches.
You know what I mean? I'm so good though.
Right.
And so after that meal, man, like we chilled and I just went for a walk. It's a lot of hiking out there, because they have all these mountains, and I just like
That makes sense.
on these beautiful hikes. And as we always promote, when you eat in terms of metabolism and you want to burn off food, going for a little walk is one of the best things you can do.
Yep.
Get that metabolism going. All right,
Uno momento, por favor, papi.
no problema.
Saying we're gonna be all the way Spanish this pod. You
You
know
know
what I'm
what I mean?
saying?
You know what I mean?
We're gonna talk a little bit about Oprah. Y'all remember Oprah? Big billions, big
Yes.
business,
Yes.
and at one time, big woman in size.
Many times.
However,
Many times.
however,
She's gone from little Oprah to fat Oprah to little Oprah to fat Oprah
me and Oprah,
constantly.
one thing about me and Oprah, we don't have a lot in common, but we are consistent with being inconsistent. You feel what I'm saying? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Me and Oprah, we good at that. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We the king and queen of body fluctuation. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So the
Up
way you
and
might
down
feel
and up
about
and
like
down.
the way you might feel about like Oreos or ice cream, that's the way Oprah feels about bread.
Bread. Yeah, I
Yeah, she
remember you said
just
it up here.
yeah. Bread. Oh, I
Yeah.
love bread. Need
That's
more
exactly what you
bread.
did last time. Yeah.
That's Oprah all
Exactly
day.
what you did.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
So it's now on every website. People is reporting, Washington Post, any
Yep.
website. But the first
Everybody.
website I saw it on, which is
Uh-huh.
super random because I'm never on this website, but someone sent me a link to the Jonathan Majors video of the girl chasing him. And as I was reading the article, at the bottom was this article. And I said, wait a minute. I got to send this to Dre. This is definitely pod worthy, in my
Oh
opinion.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And so here it goes. It's TMZ.com. You'll see it on the screen. It says, Oprah, done being shamed. Yes, I used meds to drop 40 pounds. Oprah Winfrey is overcoming decades of shame attached to her body, and she's admitting taking weight loss medication, even though she previously said she'd never do that to slim down.
I got so many things to say. Go
It's
ahead,
going to be
brother.
a good one. It's going
I
to be
got so
good.
many things.
After
I'm
shedding 40
ready to.
pounds this year, the billionaire
Yeah.
TV mogul is done with cruel and insensitive conversations about her appearance, gushing that pharmaceutical assistance has changed her relationship with her figure. I'm going to stop there, folks. Um, we keep telling y'all, and I know we both probably have a lot to say, but I want to start by saying we keep telling y'all that don't nobody in Hollywood
Come on, brother.
do shit the natural way.
Preach.
Nobody. We
Preach.
keep telling y'all. And what do you keep seeing if you watch this pod? What do you keep hearing if you listen to this pod? You keep hearing and seeing the truth coming out straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All of these celebrities are coming forth and saying, I did this, I did that, I used this, I used that. And we've been saying it up here. And so that's what I want to say first of all. And now, Dre, go ahead, brother. Take it away. I'll come back later, but
All right. All
go
right.
ahead,
Thank
man.
you, sir. Yeah, and I'm gonna
Very
pick up
welcome.
right where you left off. Um
I know. I'm not surprised.
I when we first talked about Ozempic, I feel like I said this, correct me if I'm wrong.
Hold
Ozemp
on.
yeah.
She will not say which drug she used, by
Yeah,
the way.
we don't have to say Ozempic because Ozempic okay, let me not get ahead of myself. So I said when we first was talking about Ozempic, right, and what it does and all this, I was saying when we first started talking about it, this is nothing new. I was
Correct.
saying celebrities have been doing this for years, okay, for years.
Yes, you did.
Now, of course, they can't call it Ozempic because we know Ozempic was made for the weight loss itself. But in terms of taking diabetic medication and using it, there's a word they use what they call like off purpose or something like that. I'm getting the wording a little bit wrong, but it means you're
No,
not
I got
using
you.
it. Yeah, it just means you're not using it for what it's intended for. You're using
Right.
it for some sort of alternative use, right? And
Yeah.
so when it wasn't called Ozempic, right? And we Wegovy, right? Because we went there with the Wegovy. We was bringing up the Wegovy before they turned it into Ozempic. We had said on this podcast they're going to come up with something and it's going to be called blah blah blah. But when it was Wegovy, a diabetic medication, people been using Wegovy for that purpose that Oprah is saying. And so I'm not surprised, right?
Right.
Always knew that. And the only thing I really got to say now, and you could take the mic afterwards, is just only thing Ozempic is just like it's the steroids for women basically, right? So you are not allowed legally to use a medication for an alternative use. That's
Right.
illegal in America. So why would celebrities come out and say, "Hey, I take diabetic medication even though I don't have diabetes just to lose weight?" As soon as you say that, you got problems. You got people knocking on your door. And it's just like
Right.
we are saying in terms of male celebrities who not only lose weight but get tons and tons of muscle. And I've said on this podcast many a times, and we've made fun of it, like, hey, I don't know what cats are trying to come up with crazy workouts and weird this and weird that. We already know the secret. We already know how to do the disappearing man. It's only one way to do it. It's
Got to
only
use the
one way to do
double.
that magic trick, son.
You got to
You
use the
coming up, you
double.
trying to create all kinds of. There's only one way to do the disappearing man, and it's only one way for a man that's tiny to get little. And they've been doing this since Arnold and before Arnold, since the
Right.
50s. It's the same
Right.
drugs. It's the same drugs. It's just that
Right.
they're now illegal. So why would a celebrity come out and say that? Now, in terms of the roids, they have something called TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy. Now that's legal. So you hear now men and celebrities come out and say, "Oh no, I just use TRT. That I'm a little bit older. I'm just doing TRT." They're not going to say I use mounds and mounds of steroids. Well, why should they? And
Right.
honestly, don't get me wrong, it's nobody's business. I'm not saying you're supposed to. What I'm saying
Right.
is there's nothing new under the sun. There's only one way to do these tricks, and these are not
Right.
new tricks. They just
Right.
keep them away from the public. Now
Right.
that the government said, okay, we will allow people to use it. Well, it won't be Wegovy. That'll be for diabetics. We've created a new one. We call it Ozempic. And this will be if you want to lose weight. Okay? And now people like her can come out and say, oh, yeah, I mean, why have the pressure of keeping something secret and everybody can use it now? You're not going to go to jail. So
Right.
you saying you use Ozempic, or you're not going to say the name because I already know it's Wegovy or whatever. So it's a diabetic.
Right.
You was using the diabetic drug to help you lose weight, like mounds and mounds of people. And that's why Hollywood cats are like, this is new. This is a new story. Like, we all been doing it. We all know that this is how it's done. Directors are like, yo, you need to lose weight. Call up my prescription dude. He'll hook you up.
Right.
I told you before, there's doctors who work with celebrities who write prescriptions so that it's not illegal. The doctor writes it, it's not illegal. Go ahead and get it.
That's what you said.
So
you did say that.
I'm not surprised, but I'll hit it back to you.
Okay, I just want to clear something up so we are reporting accurately. Everything you're saying is true, but you got the names reversed. So Ozempic was first.
Oh, my
and
bad.
I pulled it up just so we're accurate. Same thing, you're right. You just got the names twisted. So the drug itself is called semaglutide.
Right.
And it was first approved under the brand name Ozempic in 2017 as a treatment for type 2 diabetes. In 2021, the FDA approved the drug under the brand name Wegovy as a weight loss medication.
Thank you. All right, I appreciate it. So I flipped it. My bad.
It's okay. You're absolutely right. But I just, we going to, this going to get clipped up and distributed and, on the gram and the YouTube. So I want to make sure we on point with our shit. Right. Now, yes, like you said, it's only one way to do the trick. You know what I'm saying? You got to use the double. I told you he uses the double.
You don't want to believe that. You don't want to believe that. You want to think it's something else.
You traveled halfway across the world, spent a fortune for nothing.
Come right back to where we started. You did all that for us to go right back, hire the dude. Let's go.
Let's found him. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Actually, was just watching Prestige the other day, by the way.
Yeah. Those who don't know what the hell we talking about, it sounds weird. Watch a movie called Prestige, please. Just watch it.
Please.
And you understand magic tricks aren't new. Magic tricks aren't new. You don't know them. That's why they have to keep them secret. And I understand that. But magic tricks aren't new. And losing weight, tons and tons of it, really quickly, really fast, is nothing new. People have been doing it for years.
Right. And so what's more interesting to me is that Oprah has come forth many times and said, I will not do any of those things. That's what's interesting to me. Maybe not to you. I don't know. You could let me know how you feel, but I feel that Oprah flipped the script on everybody, and I think that's messed up. I think it's messed up that Oprah said, listen, regardless what happens, bread. I just love bread. Cool. Listen, ice cream. I just love ice cream. Cool. No hate on that. But if you out here telling all your millions of fans that watch your channel, that buy your magazine and all this other stuff, that natural's the only way to go, and on the low, you've been popping pills. You see, they try to cut me off just there. That was Oprah. I'm kidding. It was not Oprah.
You better leave Harpo alone.
Oprah said, Stedman, stop that. I heard what he said.
You know what I mean?
But I think it's foul. I think it's foul that she has said She's not gonna do this. She got her fans thinking this is how you got to do it, whether it's Weight Watchers or going natural, whatever, going through different methods. The methodology is fine, but when you flip the script that way, it's foul. And here's why: because you're saying one thing publicly, while behind the scenes, when nobody's looking, you say, "Hey, you pass me that shit over there from the counter, please. Thank you. I got pop 2 of these."
Mm-hmm.
That's foul. I'm trying to be a little silly about it, but it's foul because you really betraying your fans. Now, let me just give a little fairness here, a little grace. Had Oprah not said anything, had she just shut the fuck up and taken the meds, there wouldn't really be much to talk about. To me, the real part is that she said, y'all would never do that. And now you did it. To me, that's foul. And I ain't even the biggest Oprah fan, but I know Oprah has an enormous following. It's ridiculous how big her following is.
Yeah, you know, and I,
You know what I mean?
yeah, and then I want you to correct me on this one too, that I'm about to say,
All right.
because I feel like she couldn't have come out and said that. One, legality, but two, you part owner of Weight Watchers, and you give mad credit to Weight Watchers, and so it's like, oh man, Oprah, how'd you do it? Oh yeah, I just go on Weight Watchers and I use the numbers and I count each meal, and when I count, I get to a certain number, and then I know, hey, I can't eat again because I follow the Weight Watchers plan. And so it's like, it's once again, I got to use the bodybuilding analogy. It's no different than Arnold or Misty Olympia or anybody else saying, oh yeah, if you buy this creatine and if you buy this certain amount of protein powder, yeah, that's what I use to look like this, creatine or
Right.
protein powder. That's the secret. They're never gonna mention the drugs. And she was pretty much doing the same thing. I'm trying to sell something. I'm part owner of this thing called Weight Watchers. And so, hey, if people are looking at me saying, man, what's your secret? I'm gonna point them to the Weight Watchers website and say, hey, you're gonna get great results. And what's frustrating, which I believe you're saying, is like, oh yeah, people are thinking all they gotta do is do Weight Watchers and they're gonna look absolutely great because that's what you did. If it works for you, then it should
Right.
work for me. And it's a huge part of what you did that you're not saying. And that's a little on the shady side. I don't know.
Yeah. I was trying to look up real quick about her ownership, but I found conflicting reports, so I can't say yay or nay. It was clear that she was partial owner at one point, but she sold a lot of the shares in 2020 and 2021, so it's a little unclear. But that was a good point, and I got to be honest. I'm gonna tell you what that makes me think about. My business brain just started going off. My spidey sense just started
Tingling.
tingling, as you said. Yeah, as you said that she owns part of Weight Watchers. A while ago, we reported up here that Weight Watchers is now using ALG1 drugs, aka the same shit we're talking about. Perhaps, and I'm foul for saying this. Let me give y'all a trigger warning if there even needs to be one. But what I'm about to say is real foul, but this is what I honestly think as you said that. Perhaps Oprah came out and said this to push more people to go to Weight Watchers and get those ALG1s, aka the Wegovy, the Ozempic, the Mounjaros, etc.
Bro,
Because who better who better to bring the stock price up? Who better to increase membership than Oprah?
so there is no perhaps. That's already proven. So they're not called Weight Watchers anymore. They're called WW whatever. And they
Yeah.
have already, so their diet plans now are, if you take this medical drug, we're going to have certain diet plans for people who take the drug. Second thing,
Uh-huh.
WW just acquired a online medical, people who could just make a huge telehealth company. The reason why they acquired that huge telehealth company, so if you
To
call,
write the scripts.
there you go, brother. There you see.
Let's
You
just
see
keep
how
it real.
Right. So when you're saying perhaps, like, there is no perhaps. This is exactly what's happening. They've acquired
Right, but I'm saying,
this
go ahead.
telehealth company and said we're going to change some of our meals for people who take that. So we were saying this months ago. Was when you make that call to say, hey, I want to try Ozempic, we're going to do the one-stop shopping. I don't want you to go nowhere else. Right? Call Weight Watchers. We're going to have a doctor call you. You're going to send him photos, pictures, and stuff like that. He's going to write you a script. You're going to go out, get your stuff, and now you're going to come back to Weight Watchers, and we're going to give you that food plan. And you're going to buy these Weight Watchers food, and we're going to keep you here. So
yeah, in the system.
So your business acumen, your spidey sense, as you say, is right on point, because that is exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, as you said it, I thought about it. I said, "Oh, so Oprah coming forward is just to push more cats to get the Weight Watchers, because they know Weight Watchers. That's Oprah's peoples. They gonna hook you up. They hooked up Oprah. Why wouldn't they hook up me?
Why would you buy a telehealth company just for the fun of it? You're buying it
Just for fun,
so you can write them
because
scripts.
right, yeah, that was
we're gonna
easy.
get a piece of that too. They're gonna get a piece of
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? Well, they own it, so it's not a piece. It's theirs now.
Right.
So it's
Right.
like, okay, we have the doctors. They work for us. They take the phone calls. They take the Zooms, whatever. They write you a script. You download it.
Right.
You get the meds. You come back to Weight Watchers. We got you. Everything you need. When you need to re-up, you come back here.
Oh, yeah, of course. I just wonder, like, we've said up here every time we've spoken about this, that you cannot get off the drug. You have to be on these drugs for the rest of your life, according to the drugs, requirements and the way that they run their programs. I wonder how much people are thinking about that. We won't know. We won't know that answer anytime soon. And also, we also won't know the long-term effects of this drug for years to come, because it's still the new kid on the block.
You're right. Well, we do know there's stories out there of people who said, I've had bad reactions to it. Yeah. There are people
the gut line.
Once I stopped taking it, my body went through hell.
Oh, there's reports of people who were still taking it.
Yeah. There are people who are still taking it, but there are people who, life happens, right? Where it's like, oh, you don't have the $300 a month. All right. And then they figure, well, I'm in shape. I could maybe just get off and come back. And, when I earn the money, get back or whatever. And then they get off of it, and it's a crazy rebound that they've never thought would happen. So, and it's like we said when we first reported this, do your research, do all of your research, hear the horror stories of people, as you're saying, who are currently on it and have horror stories. Hear the horror stories of people who got off of it and had no idea what it was going to do to their body, and understand how it works, so that you're not sitting there like, well, I figured because Oprah looked so great when she was, out there, producing that movie and on the Hollywood strip looking all fine and shit. It's like, okay, yeah, but Oprah could pay for that a million times over. Plus, she's not paying for it. That's part of her. It's
part of the deal, baby.
Agreement with WW. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I get mine for free, right? All right, then, cool.
Right. Absolutely. Got to get mine for free.
I'm spending money on that.
Right. And speaking of not spending money on things, let's play a video about Robert Pattinson.
Oh, let's do it.
In a recent interview, Robert Pattinson mentioned that the Warner Brothers and Matt Reeves demanded more muscle mass from him than in the first movie. This decision makes sense considering the upcoming sequel is a direct continuation of Bruce Wayne's storyline.
So
that's the latest report. Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, so I was wanting to know how you felt about that, because when the first one came out, we had a conversation about it, because he was animate. If you remember, he was animate, like, yo, I'm not doing
I'm
that,
not trying to
yo.
do that.
Look, because they were like, we know it's a pandemic, but check this out. We got a dude. He'll come to your house. He'll meet you at the gym. Like,
Right.
we got to get shooting this movie. We understand it's a pandemic, but
Right.
it's a very sterile environment. It's a private gym. Ain't nobody going to be there but you and him. You're going to be good.
Right.
He was like, that's not how I get down. I might do a couple of push-ups or something, but no, that's not my thing.
Right.
And if you watch the movie, he doesn't look very intimidating, other than he's a little bit, if you notice, he's a little bit taller than everybody in scenes, and you can achieve that with the boots and everything else. But in terms of him playing this character as Batman, it's Batman. Like, it is who it is. So they were like, okay, cool. But now we talking part 2. He's been Batman for a while now, and he understands that the body has to be there because he's been out on the streets, and he's going to need that strength, and he's more intimidating when he's bigger. So are you ready for that? I don't know what Robert Pattinson going to do, but you can tell me what your thoughts are.
Me, listen, I think he's already locked in for this trilogy.
Okay.
He's already locked in for mad cameos on the Penguin and the Arkham series. I think either you're going to have to do what you got to do, or they're going to have to find a replacement killer. You feel what I'm saying?
You don't want that. You don't want
They
that.
have to find a replacement killer.
I mean, it's the role, bro. It's the role. I feel like this is what every Batman we've known, other than maybe Michael Keaton, just decided, yo, this is what it is. Like, this is the role. You know what I mean?
There is an advantage to playing Batman that other superheroes of that stature don't allow. The thing is, Batman is not like the Hulk, right?
No.
He's not this super huge guy that has to look like Dwayne Johnson.
No.
He just, but he does has to be fit. And so that's the whole thing with Batman that a lot of people don't understand. Batman's physique is supposed to be human peak. He's supposed to be the best the human could be physically. Right. Optimal. That's it. So whatever that is, if that's 5% body fat, that's what it's supposed to be. If he could bench 400, he could bench 400. That's the whole thing. There's 3 parts of Batman. He's got all the martial arts training. He's got the physique that he's got all the strength, and then he's got the detective mind. Those are the 3 parts of Batman on the human side. The take away the cape and the toys and the batarangs and Alfred. That is the human being, Bruce Wayne.
Right.
That's who he is. And to play Batman is also to understand that Batman sees himself as Batman, not as Bruce Wayne.
No.
So he has completely dedicated his life to being whatever it is that Batman needs to be.
Right.
And so if that's the role you accepted, well, then that's the role you're going to have to, play the part for it. Now, I do think it's interesting that they're saying that for this second film. It does make sense in the timeline that they're working with, right? Because year 1 Batman, which is what the first movie was, he's kind of still figuring a lot of things out.
Very sloppy.
Just still figuring it out. Ain't got my moves all the way. It's still
you don't know shit about the
choppy,
streets. You don't know shit about the streets. You just went out there, virgin, and was like, "What? Y'all crazy." Now you know how the streets go. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so that means that this Batman is a couple years in. That means he should be savvier, he should be stronger, and he should be better trained.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 things, because again, it's not just the mind, it's the physique of Batman, right? And so we should see a Batman in number 2 that's able to do more with the martial arts, And we should see a Batman in number 2 that looks physically, like you said, optimal human appearance.
I mean, I'm not bragging or anything, but it's like Christian Bale, right? It's like
I knew it was coming.
we know he can morph into anything. And
Yeah.
when he decided to say, okay, I'm gonna take this Batman joint, he doesn't take he takes his role seriously. He don't mess around. And so he immediately is like, yeah, I got to get all that physicality. And part of that physicality is the look, and this is why he wasn't, as exactly as you saying, he wasn't like, damn, you looking like The Rock right now. You looking like, Wolverine. No, he didn't look like that. He looked like a man who took his training to the absolute best it can possibly be. And, that's really not a super hard look to get. Yeah, you're going to have to work out. You're going to have to get busy.
Of course.
But it's not super duper hard. So when you look at Christian Bale's body in the first Batman Begins, you're like, looks good. He looks good. Right. That's what's up. He's muscular, but he's not ultra crazy muscular. He's
right.
So it's not. My point is, it's not something that Robert Pattinson can't achieve, but you got to make that decision to do it.
Right, and that's the question. That's really truly the question. You're gonna keep saying no? Well, then there's gonna be consequences. I mean, because you also got to understand, this movie is more important to him than it is to some of the other people involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Penguin show is out. It's coming out. I mean, it's done. It's not out, but it's coming out very soon.
Mm-hmm.
They just announced that in the new James Gunn DC, which is kind of what they're calling it, the director will be doing an Arkham show inside that new universe. So this is already just a side thing. It's easy to say, hey, you know what? You ain't want to put on the 12 pounds of muscle. Don't worry. Dre will be Batman for number 2.
I mean, it's a lot of hungry people out there. I feel you. I mean, you look at, there's another dude who I'm like, not the best actor, but Ben Affleck, in terms of the body, he took it seriously. When you see Ben Affleck's body as he played Batman, it's like, dang, son. He went in terms of the body, like his body is excellent, I'm not his biggest fan in terms of his acting, but let's put that to the side for a second. But in terms of how the look, he achieved that. He looked like a middle-aged Batman. You know what I mean? That's just like, obviously Batman got older. He's not a mutant or anything like that. But he looks like a middle-aged man who decided, I'm never giving up the body. Like, I got to stay in tune because the streets is crazy. And the muscle looks mature. It's a very mature-looking muscle. And so Ben achieved that. When you see this cat doing these pull-ups and all that, it's like, all right, Ben, all right. I feel you right there. You know what I mean?
I believe you.
Yeah, I believe you. You and Harvey did. I both believe both.
That's right. I believe
but honestly,
I believe in Gotham.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, so all I'm saying is cats who picked up that mantle in terms of acting, the standard is already there. So for Matt Reeves to ask you that, I feel like the public is going to feel more like we're feeling. Like, it's not a huge ask. You want the part, you want the dough, you want everything that come with it. When Christian Bale took on Batman, he said, I was a working actor, then I got Batman and I was able to pay off my mortgage. So what comes with that. You understand what I'm saying? Right. It's like, it's a huge payday. So it's like, you decided to be Batman, you went for it, they thought you would be good. Okay. This is part of it, man.
Right. Yeah, you can't just put on eye makeup this time.
And be angry.
Be angry. Vengeance.
I keep punching even if I could stop. I'm just gonna keep punching. I know I could stop, but I won't because vengeance.
Right. Okay. Vengeance.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the second one though.
Right.
Go cut it this time.
Gotta be much smarter. Look better.
And the other thing is, too, speaking about the director, Matt Reeves is the director, right?
That's Matt Reeves is the director, yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, because you said it, but I felt like, is that right? Yeah, the other thing is, if you know Matt Reeves' work, you know his filmography, he knows how to tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
And so looking at the Planet of the Apes, for example, the other trilogy he had, which was great, we know that he is all about pushing the story further along. And so I expect nothing less. That was my
Yeah.
whole thing when I saw the first one. It was like, okay, we did a lot of setting up here. Let's see where this second one is going to go.
Yeah.
So
And
I didn't expect it to pick up right back in year one, 2 days later. That's not his style.
no,
It
no.
might be 10 years later.
Yes. Yeah. And
That's more his style.
exactly. And as you notice, that's a great thing that you brought up. He's into aesthetics. He's into looks, right? It's
Yep.
like the guy he chose to be Caesar. It's like, bro, you got to understand. This is you the main dude. You are going to be that dude, but you just need to be a monkey. So I don't know, whatever classes or whatever, but you're going to have to just aesthetically be a monkey constantly. And the guy that played it was like, yo, I just absorb all this gorilla shit. I just watched gorillas, became gorilla, and that's
Right.
and that Matt is into aesthetics. That's the only point I'm trying to say. He likes his movies to be aesthetically believable, as you said. So
Yeah.
if he's telling the story, like we know he likes to tell the stories, the aesthetics matter to this dude. He's not going to just be like, okay, yeah, put on the suit and we can make the suit look muscular.
Those days are over. I mean, listen, the early Batmans got away with it.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Keaton didn't have to do that. Kilmer didn't have to do that. Clooney didn't have to do that. But in today's world, baby.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Christian Bale changed the game. Christian Bale changed the game. When he took on Batman, it's like, no, I'm going to be this dude. Because we know Christian is crazy, but I love it. So he's like, yo, I'm really going to be this dude. I'm going to be. And so everybody after that, it's like, damn, fuck, if Christian did, this is where they got to be. And that's what I'm saying. Ben Affleck is like, okay, I got to be this dude. So now here you are, you the Batman for this age, right? You the Batman for the Gen Zers and everybody else. Okay, come on, bring it.
Right.
So yeah, man, I just wanted to hear your perspective on that, because I feel like the first time maybe I was more understandable, because he was just like, well, that's not really my thing. That's not how I do things. I'm about the acting. I'm not trying to waste time with all this, but it's like, okay, but you're a superhero. I mean, I get it. He's also a detective, but okay, it's year one.
Yeah, but this ain't a detective movie.
Right. You ain't Sherlock Holmes.
This is not Batman, Sherlock Holmes, or Batman the Detective, where we don't see any fighting. It's just Batman solving problems. JD went missing. Okay, we're gonna find him. Me and Alfred, we're gonna get in the cave. We're gonna get the clues, and we're gonna find him.
Clues,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Get some
that's not what this one is.
Or something like that. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, that's not what this is.
Yo, for those of y'all, I know who are young or whatever, if you want to see something funny, you gotta watch when Batman and Robin was on Scooby Doo. Look on YouTube.
Classics.
Batman and Robin was on Scooby Doo, and they were both solving mysteries.
Classic.
It's gorgeous. Check it out. Anyway.
Classic. Yeah, it's classic. That's fun stuff right there.
Yeah.
But it was a good topic. It was a fun topic, and I think you got to be realistic about what you sign up for. I say that all the time. People want to accept things, but not really though. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Dre said he'll pay me if we go to the gym 5 days a week. I want the money, but I don't want to go to the gym 5 days a week. Yeah, but that's what you signed up for.
Right.
Dre said $100 a day if you showed up to the gym 5 days a week for 6 months. Well, then that's what you signed up for. You can't call him 2 months in and be like, I don't really know. I did 2 days this week. Is that good? Do I have to do the next 3 days? Yes, That's what you signed up for.
Right. And you're supposed to love the process. It's supposed to be fun for you.
Well, that's it's a whole nother topic for another time. Because, and we don't got time for it today, but in this society, people have been taught, including myself as a younger guy, kid, all of those stages. I was even taught. So it's everybody. I'm not picking on others. We're taught to kind of get the thing. We're not really taught about the process. It's like, go get the ice cream, go get the 6-pack, go get the tablet, go get the laptop. It's not about what did you have to do to get there. Enjoy the learning process that it takes to get you to the top of the mountain. That's not what we're taught. And that's something that Kobe said as well. He said, I can't focus on the top of the mountain because the top of the mountain is the championship. If all I look at is the top of the mountain, I'll never get up there. I got to look at every step that's in front of me every step of the way. Then I'll get to the top, and I won't even realize I'm on the top because I'm still looking at each step I got to take.
That's a wonderful point. And I think that maybe, and I'm only saying maybe Robert Pattinson blew up too early because we know he made that Twilight money, and that Twilight money was strong. He was very young, and he was a heartthrob, and he was already on lunch boxes,
and he was in Harry Potter.
And he was in Harry Potter, but we know the Twilight money though.
It was quick.
But, it was quick, but
those residuals.
The Twilight money was the thing. It put him on top. And so when you got a guy who already went what he might feel is the top of the mountain, it's like, okay, I don't need anything from you, right? Maybe he don't have that hunger. And that's why I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt to say, okay, well, you're doing this because you enjoy the process. You don't really need the money. He's not Christian Bale on the come up, right? Christian Bale had to work to pay his bills before there was a Batman. Everything else before he was just making it, making his bills, just making it. Batman took him over the top. Robert Pattinson already been over the top with Twilight money. So now, do you love the process? Because I don't know Christian Bale, but I would guess if you would ask Christian Bale, do you want to do anything else? Have you made? It's like, no, man, I love doing this. This is fun. So I could be Batman. I could be a crackhead. I could be a boxer. I could be the vice president. Son, I just love doing this. You know what I mean? He just loves turning into other people. Right. I could be whatever, man. It's just it's fun for him to be all these great things, and I get paid for it. Great. So I'm hoping that Robert Pattinson is that type of actor where it's not about the dough anymore. It's about the challenge of being this dude. And can you really, really make it believable, as you're saying, that people are like, wow, wait a minute. Was Robert Pattinson in that movie? Because dang, you know what I'm saying? The brother that we talking about, the Penguin, Colin, what's his name?
Farrell.
No, not Colin Farrell. Is that his name, Colin Farrell? Is it Colin Farrell? So. Okay, yeah. I think it's Colin Farrell. Yeah, Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell was so great in that Penguin joint because nobody knew it was him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think you're right. It's Colin Farrell. So it was like nobody knew it was him. So that's an actor that's like, yo, I like the process. Yeah, Colin Farrell. You're right. It's like, I like the process. I want to be this other dude. And he loved it. He's like, yo, it was so great because nobody knew it was me. It gave him a sense of freedom. I could just be this dude the entire day. Leave the makeup on. Now I'm going to the store. Like, he could just go in and chill. Nobody knew it was him. And he just stayed in character, which made the character even better because he's like, no, I'm just going to stay in character the entire film. I'm just going to be this Penguin guy. Don't remove nothing. This is fun. And he started ad-libbing, and it was so good, man. Reeves was like, you wild for that? I'm going to leave that.
I'm going to leave that in there.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully your boy is that type of actor that we see him transform, not because he needs to, because he wants to. And, then I could say, yo, this Batman was good. Because I think you and I both, we saw Batman and then we moved on. You know what I mean? It wasn't like Batman Begins or anything else or Dark Knight. Like, I must have seen Batman Begins so many times. Like yourself, you probably seen, Dark Knight mad times. Like, how many times you saw that Batman movie? No, I saw
once. And I don't want to watch it again.
So
I'm sorry, I'm not.
That says so. That's not a good thing.
Sorry, I'm not sorry. It was 3 hours.
It was 3 hours, and it felt like
Don't get me started. And it felt like 3 hours.
3 hours. So, all right, brother.
Come
I
on,
just
son.
wanted to talk about that, and now
Yeah, no, it's good.
everybody
Well,
knows
one
how
last
we
thing.
how
Let
we
me say
feel.
this
Go
one
ahead.
thing.
No, go
Let me
ahead.
say
Go
this
ahead.
one thing. In response to what you said, and I would love to be proven wrong. So if it happens, I'll come up here and say, hey, Robert Pattinson proved me wrong. But based on what I've seen thus far, I don't think he loves the process. I don't think that. That's it.
That's the clip
I'd
right
love
there.
to be proven wrong. Honestly, I would love for, I'm going to go see it.
Me too.
Even if I don't want to, because baby girl loves that first joint. She loves that emo Batman. You feel what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't
She
for
loves
you.
it.
You know what I mean?
So I'm going to get dragged to the second one, even if I don't want to see it.
Right.
And, I like to support the directors that we're fans of.
Right.
I'm a fan of Matt Reeves.
Me too.
So
Me too.
I'm going to see this movie. Now, I would love to watch it and be wrong. So I could come up here and say, hey, I'm wrong and I'm glad I was wrong.
Right.
But right now, today, the 19th of December in 2023, the year of our Lord, nah, I don't think he loves the process.
The year Jesus.
The year of Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
That's
it.
So when does it drop? Do you know? We talking all this. I don't know when it drops. I know it's
Batman
2024.
2?
Yeah.
I think it's 2025. But
yeah,
listen,
that's true,
I
'cause
got
they
my
just-
I got
yeah,
my
they
phone
haven't
right here,
started-
baby. Let me check.
I don't think they started filming yet, right? They just getting
So it's
things
probably
ready.
going to drop 2025.
Right, because they just getting the script together and everything. So
The Batman 2 2025 film popped up right away.
Yeah, 2025. So all right. Yeah.
It says, so right now, we'll see if it changes. But right now it's saying October 3rd, 2025.
Oh man, so that's a lot of time. Yeah, that's a lot of time. So that,
Come on, man.
So that little snippet we just showed could be possibly true, that this is what they're asking for. Like, we got a lot of time before we start filming.
I believe it is.
So makes sense to me.
Yeah, same. But we'll see, 2025. You know what I mean? We'll come back up here if we're still potting, and we'll say, hey,
right.
I was wrong, or maybe I was right.
All right.
We'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We are out of here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Love, peace, and chicken grease. We'll see y'all real soon.
On the other side.